teamwork and being together and a lot of family. And, there's something to be said about that, about in today's day and age where we're lacking that a lot. And it's a really important part to always keep in the back of your mind and to try to develop over time, whether that being having good friend groups, being close with your family, or trying to have both of these things. It's really important to be social. And that's something that you definitely get to experience more of when you start traveling outside of your, comfort zone. And, also speaking to being more social, right? So if you're an individual that's a little bit socially awkward, you can't really communicate.
This is a conversation between friends.
None of what is said here should be taken as legal advice.
We are not experts in any way.
Take what resonates and leave the rest.
Go.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. It has been a hot minute. The world, well, particularly the stock market, has been crashing in the meantime while we've been gone. I believe that in the last episode, that's exactly what we were talking about. The markets were dropping, and that has only continued. But, for every upside, there's a downside, and for every downside, there's always an upside. So it's just all about positioning yourself well to take advantage. In any case, welcome back. This is episode 81. Today, we will be talking about traveling. And you probably noticed that Michael's in a different environment right now. So you take the lead. Where are you? Where are you at right now?
I've been taking a break in Ecuador right now, in my house here. Been traveling. I took a short weekend break to the beach, and then I came to my hometown here in Cuenca, Ecuador, and I'm gonna be here for 2 months. So definitely looking ahead to that. And so the topic for today is about traveling and the importance to it. And I think, in my opinion, I love to travel. I've been traveling ever since I was in high school or even younger. And everything began when I moved to the US. I kind of fell in love with it because that was my first time I got into an airplane, and it was really, really exciting to see a different perspective, and then adapting to that different lifestyle is really nice to see. I always been back and forth within my hometown, Ecuador, been a couple times, like probably 5 times during these 10 years that I've been living in the US. And I've had the opportunity to go to other places. Me and Randy went together to his hometown, DR. And I also did a trip to Spain when I was 17 years old. That was my first solo trip, actually. It was really, really exciting. And I think that really took me out of my comfort zone, and that really built the man that I am right now. Because seeing different perspectives, different lifestyles, and also different places, it can truly, truly open your eyes to be open-minded and not really close off on your little shell that you live on your daily basis. And I'm the type of person who likes to travel, but I don't really do the touristy bullshit. I like to actually live with the people. Like, I like to do a road trip, backpacking. Like what I did in Cuba with one of my friends. We literally backpack. We went to Cuba without knowing where the destination was. We only knew 2 things. We had a flight to get there and to come back, and where we're staying on the first night. And after that, everything was open. And that was one of the truly most of the nicest experience I had. On Spain, I have some family over there, so I spent time with them, but I really got to see like the lifestyle over there. DR, I went with your family, so it was really cool as well. We got to see how people live there, and we got to some of your friends, houses, and we really got to see like their daily lives. And here in Ecuador as well, I have done a few road trips to a different provinces, and it's really nice. I think, in my opinion, I'm very passionate about this topic, so I can talk about this on and on and on. But what do you think?
Yeah. So I'm not really one to travel too much. I mean, besides here, I've gone back to DR a couple times, and then mostly just traveled within the United States, so different states, Florida, Virginia, and things like that. But yeah, I definitely, I'm not one to travel too much, but it's definitely something that I would like to get into. You spoke about being able to see different cultures, seeing getting a different perspective on people's lives. Definitely something that it just helps you have a more balanced approach to everything that you do in your day-to-day life, right? Because a lot of times we get caught up in just the little things that really don't mean much at the end of the day. And once you really start seeing what's actually out there in the world, that's when you're like, oh man, these little petty grievances that I have about my life that's so easy just becomes meaningless, right? Or the lack of, like the community that you're probably lacking in your daily life. In cultures that, aren't as developed as here in the Western civilization, a lot of it is based on community and, teamwork and being together and a lot of family. And, there's something to be said about that, about in today's day and age where we're lacking that a lot. And it's a really important part to always keep in the back of your mind and to try to develop over time, whether that be having good friend groups, being close with your family, or trying to have both of these things. It's really important to be social. And that's something that you definitely get to experience more of when you start traveling outside of your, comfort zone. And, also speaking to being more social, right? So if you're an individual that's a little bit socially awkward, you can't really communicate well, if you start traveling outside of your comfort zone, start going to places outside of the United States, if this is where you live, you're gonna be forced to, start talking to people, start figuring stuff out, because, well, you might be homeless for a little while if you decide not to ask anybody for help, or, if you don't speak the language well. Obviously, we have technology that can help you, but still, it's good to talk to people, find things out, find out where the good spots are to eat, find the good places where you should be going and not going, where are the dangerous places, et cetera, et cetera. And yeah, man, definitely, I think this is a topic where, you obviously have much more experience than I do, but it's definitely something that I think is important for just developing as an individual and just getting a perspective that's different from what you see every day.
Absolutely. And one thing that you mentioned about, getting out of your comfort zone, but at the same time experiencing it with the people that, you care about, or just meeting new people during this trip is something that I'm very like on, or like I like a lot, is to share this experiences with other people. Because yes, I have traveled and I have experienced many different things, and I like to show my friends, or like I encourage you always to, like, let's go here, let's go there. And it's really nice to show and let them see for themselves what is out there. Because sometimes, people, they're so into their shells that they need that little push. They need that little security that, like I have some experience when it comes to traveling. So I want to make them feel secure when they take the risk, because no, traveling can be scary, especially if you're a woman. And one thing that I'm grateful for is that I have met so many amazing people during my trips. Last year, I met on Cuba. We met this girl from that works at IBM in Brazil. We met this couple that they actually invited us to Colombia. They were like, whenever you're in Colombia, just hit us up. And it's so amazing to meet this type of people, because they are so much like you. Like, you connect really quickly, and they're very open-minded. And I have offered, I'd be like, yo, if you're ever in Ecuador, let me know. I have family there that can help you and guide you, because it is scary. It's really scary to be in a different country that, you don't know the culture. Like, most of my trips have been on speaking Spanish-speaking countries or English-speaking countries. So my next challenge is to go to Asia. And that's something that I really, really want to do. And one of the things that, everything happens for a reason. And the reason why I chose computer science as my major, it was mainly because of this, the flexibility that it was going to allow me to work from anywhere in the world, or just, I don't know, it was something for me, and everything everything comes into pieces, like everything sets into their place. That's what I meant.
Yep.
And I think if you're really passionate about something, you really work towards that. And, it always shows, like, something that you really care, or something that you're part of your purpose also, because my purpose is to be out there and meeting new people, experiencing new experiences, and sharing those experiences with my loved ones. because I'm encouraging my pops to like also go out there. Like my mom wants to go to Turkey, and I'm telling them like, just go, just take that leap, like just do it. You know, for more cliche that this sounds, this is not a Nike commercial. Just do it, for real. But yeah, I think it's eye opening because the world is beautiful, but at the same time, it's really sad to see the lifestyles of other people, and you really become really grateful for what you have and where you are in life when you see other people struggling. But at the same time, you see them happy, and that's that one thing that has bring me so much joy, is that people, regardless of their circumstances, they're happy, and something us that we have the opportunities given to us in a in a developed country like the United States, we don't appreciate that. And I think that's something that I'm very grateful for, that I can get to see both. I had gotten the chance to see those experiences because I lived in Ecuador until I was almost 13, and I've been a decade in the United States, and I have grown as a man, as a professional, and you know.
Yeah, man.
So,
That's what it's all about. So yeah, definitely speaking in terms of, traveling alone versus, traveling with somebody that's more experienced. If you haven't traveled at all, I definitely would suggest, travel with somebody that's a little bit more experienced than you, just because it's a new thing. And, one of our human fears is to put ourselves in uncomfortable situations because we don't know how this is going to go. It can be a small thing where, it can be a little embarrassing that you don't know how to speak the language or ask for directions or whatever. Or it could be that, you're talking to somebody that is guiding you to where you're possibly going to die or something. I don't know. Or you're going
right.
to get kidnapped. Right.
Yeah, definitely. It's scary, but
these
at the
are little
same time,
things.
no, for sure. It's scary. And something I want to mention is, because I had really got to see your style of traveling, right? You're a more structured person. Like, we have to get to that place. We have to do that activity on that day and so forth. It's very organized, itinerary. Me, I'm very flexible. I know I'm gonna get there, but I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do that day. And I think that's the most beautiful experiences that you can encounter. Sometimes you're probably just gonna stay in the hotel, chill, in the beach, and just eat whatever, or you can just, I don't know, meet a local and they say like, yo, there's like this underground party happening over here, or there is this cool place that nobody knows about, and you really get to meet locals. And I think connecting with locals is really amazing because they truly I mean, if you love your country, wouldn't you want to show them to people out there?
Yeah. If you have pride in the place that you were born, 100%.
Exactly. So yeah, I think overall, traveling is, I think it started young. Definitely push, if you are an adult, definitely push your kids to do it. For example, when I have kids, I want to send them here to Ecuador to be here like for 1 month at least, or like summer breaks, so they can truly see the world. And definitely I would say, if you're a parent, if you had children, encourage them. So take a family trip, even if it's to a different state or a different city. Just do something different. It's out of the schedule, and it's amazing to have the opportunity. No, not everybody has. Traveling is a luxury. It's time to time,
Yep. And in the middle of where we're at in terms of the pandemic, everything is a little bit more affordable. So traveling is definitely an option if you can, get yourself to be able to do that. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it. It's just travel as a means to develop yourself and just see the world for what it is and not what you think it is, or the little bubble that you live in.
Right.
And these experiences are like, these are the moments in life that you remember, like the little day-to-day things that you do, or the little things that you do in your day-to-day life don't really mean much in the end, or they don't really mean, like, think of it now, like what are some accomplishments that you have that you can remember fondly of, right? They're not really going to be that varied, but what you do remember are great experiences, and traveling definitely offers that as an opportunity. These experiences that you would never get to experience if you stay living your day-to-day mundane life, because it's easy to kind of just get trapped doing the same thing over and over again, falling to these routines, because it's easy, right? But it's rare that the things that, you know, are important in life come easy. It's usually the things that are difficult, the things that are challenging, that end up having the most meaning later on, whether that be, you know, working hard to achieve, you know, becoming a computer engineer through school and developing a work, or, you know, traveling and getting out of your comfort zone and developing different skills, different social abilities and things of that nature, as opposed to just sitting at home, you know, playing video games, or sitting at home eating, watching Netflix, or whatever it is that you like to do, just to kind of unwind from, you know, the mundane life that you live day to day, because it's boring, right? That's most of the reason why people do these things. Their life is boring, and they're using this as a distraction, so that, you know, once they have to get back to their boring life, you know, they're not as bored.
Absolutely. And I feel like traveling it really makes you more interesting person, because you can really talk about it in those experiences, and a lot of people like to hear those. Now, one thing that I want to ask you is, would you ever travel solo? So like a random country?
Solo?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't be my preference, but, you know, if it was something just out of the moment, I think I could manage it. But it would depend on like the place. If it's somewhere where like the native tongue isn't English or Spanish, then that might be a little sketchy, because, you know, I don't know anything.
All right. Now, I believe traveling solo is probably one of those experiences that really, truly, truly takes you out of your comfort zone.
It tests you as an individual, right?
Tests you,
like,
yeah.
You need. This is where you find out if, you know, if you think you're as good as you are. This is one of those ways for you to figure that out.
For sure. And one thing that, you know, we are very advocate about is being financially free, and, you know, have the freedom, right? And saving, being what do you call it? Very frugal, yes, about your spending. So if you worry about that, there's places that are like super cheap to travel to. Like literally all you need is the plane ticket. Get there, you're not going to spend more than $500 in like a month. So there are places that is really affordable to travel to. But another thing that I would say is an investment for yourself. Like you can truly see it as an investment for yourself, because you developing these qualities that they're scared, really, really scared out there. And when you can talk, get out of your comfort zone, and kind of like solve problems, because you are solving problems, and that's some qualities that you know are very high in the, like, for the market. Now, yeah, truly see it as an investment for yourself, but just remember that money comes and goes, but experiences, they're going to stay there forever, because those experiences you're going to live with on, you know.
You know what? I thought of an idea for the next thing that we can talk about. So maybe some jobs or work that you can do that kind of give you the flexibility to travel, right?
Oh, yeah,
so the next time we can talk about different jobs, different things you can do. You already mentioned, you know, doing computer science, and there's a bunch of different things you can do with that. For me, I like doing my trading and investing. Same thing, gives you flexibility, right? And there's many more things that we can talk about.
Yeah, for sure. Let's talk about that next week. It was a pleasure seeing you guys. It's a pleasure seeing my co-host Randy. Yo, my guy. I haven't talked to him in a while. Yeah. But yeah. That's it. We will see you next week, guys. Peace out.
Have a good weekend. Peace out. Take care.
Stay safe, guys. Oh.
What the is we?